Shalom to you, like giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Shem Shai, Bishop Kakadoshan, giving double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who well, peace and salutation to the elect. Shemiah Mafins Mappa from the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp of Philadelphia, coming with another wee lesson. This is off of the topic, Americans are giving up and living in storage units because cost of living. And it says because of cost of living, the cost of living is becoming higher and higher in various states, and the dollar is becoming weaker and weaker. Inflation is hitting these people, and many people are now resorting to no longer renting properties. Instead, they're trying to do their best and to save as much money as possible, and that might include living in a car, or even in this case in a storage unit. Let's play the video off of A Homestead Journey. Fair use warning, I don't own any of this footage. This is for educational purposes only, and I believe this particular individual is using this off of an Instagram source and maybe TikTok sources. So we'll just play what we got here. And it says the cost of living in America has reached a terrifying tipping point in 2025. Families have been forced out of their homes, not because they're lazy or irresponsible, but because the math simply doesn't work anymore. Rent has become impossible. Groceries feel like a luxury item. Utilities are swallowing that what is income that is left, right? The American dream, it's a collapse under the weight of inflation, debt, and economic instability. Okay, this is what it's all about. And this time, the scriptures are becoming more and more live and speaking and direct to you individuals out there. Okay, we're living the Lord's prophecies. Okay, even for individuals, even myself, we have or I have made different changes, trying to crunch a little bit more, as they continue to increase rent costs, and certain items just increase. My entire diet has changed. But it's actually all for the better in the end. Okay, because the system is going down, and as the system goes down, and we'll continue to be refined, and the Lord will deliver us and make divine intervention, and make do for what we don't have. Okay, and the Lord is going to provide his daily bread for, of course, us. We will go through a trying process. All right, so I'm gonna get this real quick in the book of Timothy. Favorite precept. This is 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Perilous times shall come, and these times are what? Hard to bear. Okay, they're troublesome. A person is wondering how they can continue to live in their dwelling. I got this particular individual that live in this dwelling which I'm in, and the person possibly have lost their job and was missing 3 months rent, and have a actual court case going against her by the tenant, just for about a little bit over $3,100, including the court costs and the late fees. And that's continued to rack up, all because the person may have been not temperate, and not having self-control, being unstable. I believe the person actually is a person in the well, formerly was possibly in the military, but the person even tried to use this particular sailors and soldiers at Relief Act. Okay, um, tried to use this, which is a federal law that provides protections for military members as they enter active duty. All right, and it covers issues such as rental agreements, security deposits, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay, prepaid rent, eviction, installments, credit card interest rates, etc. Right, but this person is not even in the actual military. The person actually they took a I think the plaintiff that being the apartment complex landlord took a affidavit to see if the person actually had a court or actually had military or actually was in the military currently, and they weren't. So people are even trying to go around and use fraud, by using stolen valor or these different relief acts and such, and they're failing. Okay, so perilous times are here, hard to bear times, and that's just the times in which we're in. We're in the end days, so these things would be would be happening. Okay, this is gonna be the video.
So although I sleep at work, I rented this office because I just don't want to be in one spot all day. We have offices starting at $300, so it's nowhere near as much as I would be paying for rent. Whenever I do come here, I have 24-hour access. I can use the bathroom. We have a microwave, refrigerator, Wi-Fi, and everything else I need.
Wow, so that's even pretty smart. You may not have a bathroom. Well, actually, you have it in a room, in the building that is part of me. But you have internet. You don't have to pay for an internet bill. Internet bill, it'll be $100 plus. $50. Depending on who your ISP or internet service provider is. You don't have a light bill because the light is provided by, or electricity bill that's provided by the building. You have a office room space to yourself. Okay, so you don't have to worry about your safety. Okay, being in certain areas that most people that are homeless frequent. Especially being a woman, it does put you at a lot of risk being exposed. You just renting for $300. Hey, $300. That $300 could be you saving. Could be a difference of you saving $1,000, and you just cover for the rest. All right, get you a gym membership and wash up at the gym. And you watch material on your devices and just move day by day. Let me repeat that.
And I have 24-hour access. I can use the bathroom. We have a microwave, refrigerator, Wi-Fi, and everything else I need.
Yeah, so if she's smart, you got an electric plug outlet. She could get her pressure cooker. Make certain meals. Put the meals inside of the fridge, and there you go. Or put your office. Get your own personal fridge and put it in there. But these are the things that individuals are gonna be doing. In these last days. You even got it here with this person is actually sleeping in a storage unit. Let's play this.
Hello, good morning. Can you keep your door open?
Yeah.
Okay, because we can't have it closed like that. It has to be open, wide open at all times.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Everything okay?
Everything good?
Okay, yeah. If you don't mind opening it, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. You too.
Man, I had to bring him here. I ain't want to do it, but I mean, he chilling, man. This is what we at for the night. We in the unit. You know what I'm saying? Shelter, he be tripping, man.
Wow, this guy got a whole setup. You know, he got lights, he got TV up there. You know, hey, storage units do have a lot of mice and stuff and rats. But hey, I guess if you're there occupying it, hey, maybe they don't be there, but you know, it's a refuge.
His behavior, he don't bunch of weird people there. He don't like it. But here, he got his own world. He got the TV, he got the bed. He chilling. He got the moat. You know what I'm saying? We gonna thug it out. We gonna slide out in the morning, do what we do. Ain't that right, boy? We gonna do what we do, ain't it? Huh?
Some life up
This man got a whole child, you know, so hey, you know, this is what it is. But these are the things that are gonna be impacting individuals, even could be us as well. You know, we could be in situations where we have to, you know, use the world, not abuse it, okay, as well. You know, just because the different things in the persecution that is going to befall even us as men of the Lord. Okay. You know, you may even have to have, as we have spoke about, a tent. Okay. You may have a tent and may have to be out in the wilderness somewhere. Okay. So this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, and I'll start at verse 37. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth. They slack not for not a moment." Pardon me. Verse 39. "Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. The world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side." These are some of the different sorrows. You know, most people losing homes, okay, losing dwellings, losing housing, affordable housing, okay, and housing entirely, okay. As we continue to move forth in prophecy, things are going to get more and more uncomfortable, all right, for most people, including ourselves, okay. But it says, "O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils," so even in these evils, telling you that we will be in the midst of these bad times, "be even as pilgrims upon the earth," okay. And pilgrims are nomadic. They have no certain dwelling. They go about, okay. They're on a journey, okay. And we have to understand that we are heading to the kingdom, all right. So, you know, some of the different pleasures of life, you know, may you know, be lost for now, you know, but we have something greater coming, okay, which is the kingdom, which is abundant, okay. We have abundance coming in its perfection, all right. So Americans are giving up and living in storage units, hey, even renting out offices and using them just to, you know, be a place where, hey, they have a refuge and they can even sleep, you know. Hey, get you an air mattress, you know, and hey, tug it out, as they said.
Hey, I'm living in my car. My little S10. This is me. It's my home.
She's living in a car, but you can see her eyes are red and she's upset. You know, you gotta, when you live in your car, a lot of times you have to be looking over your eye, because that's a certain energy, especially being a woman on your own. You know, people could tell when a woman is basically on her own. And hey, a lot of times if they are living in their car, it make you very, very, very much of a target, okay. And there's different prophecies of a lot of judgment coming to these women, you know, that are all on their own. Okay, there's different judgments that's gonna come. All right, when these cities have no law enforcement, hey, what do you think these dudes are gonna do? Just like in the Purge movies that we have, seen. Men are gonna be going for these different women. You know,
for the foreseeable future. And yeah, I don't know what to do. And I don't really have anyone. I toured 2 apartments yesterday. I won't qualify for them because you have to make 2.5 times the over $1,200 rent a month. And I don't even make the rent a month.
dang. She don't even make the 1,200. So, you got the working poor, and these curses fall on Edom now. So, ain't the evil eye necklace is not gonna stop the evil that's befalling you. This girl got an idol. She got a charm on her neck, an evil eye. That idol is not gonna save you. These idols are gonna that these heathen and these wicked Israelites have put their trust in. They're gonna fail them in these last days. All right, that what you thought that could save you is not gonna save you. It's gonna fail you. All right. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 19:3. And the spirit of Egypt, which is America, shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they that seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. Okay. So these different idols, that have provided you wealth, and many of these people have sought these idols in different forms outside of serving the Lord to get them the substance that they do seek, riches. Well, now those things are becoming void. They're coming empty and being devastated. Okay, and where's that coming by? Hey, a lot because of, in the next verse, this is Isaiah chapter 19:4. It says, and the Egyptians, which are you Americans, all right, this is as Sodom and Egypt, okay, spiritually, okay, the place of the captivity of Israelites in ancient time was ancient Egypt, Montezarium in Hebrew, but now it's since we've been led into Egypt again by the way of ships, that happened via coming to America. All right. It says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand or the power of a cruel Lord. All right. And that person right now is your President Donald Trump. Okay. And a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord Yahweh of hosts. Okay. And with all of these different cuts he's doing, with these different departments, seeing a lot of things being inefficient. A lot of people are losing their jobs and they don't know what to do.
But you know what? This is a really good story. Like, I can only go. I can go down. But like, I'm gonna go up from here. Cause then, like, I'm broken.
This girl look like she's not even 21. 22 at most.
Homeless. At 21.
See, there you go. Homeless at 21. And also the Lord is giving us that higher spirit of discernment as well. Just for brothers that's in this truth. If you haven't noticed, you should, if you have that gift. Also reading out and judging these individuals. It's like reading a book now. Okay, so don't be surprised if you already know somebody's story. The Lord done gave you that download. Okay. Then use that to avoid, a lot of individuals, and don't be one to try to intervene, with all these people out here, because a lot of these people are living out the judgment in which the Lord set for them. All right. you can't save them. Okay? If it's not the Lord's, of course, will.
But like that makes for such a good story. When I'm like super successful and rich and like doing so well and have so many people, I'm gonna have such a bomb starter story. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be like I was broke and homeless at 21. And look where I am now. Boom. And it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be like, wow. Go you. I just gotta make it through this part. But this part like builds resilience, character, all that shit. I'm gonna be so funny after this. I'm gonna have such a good personality. I'm gonna be equipped with so many skills. I'm gonna be so
What? How to fight off a guy that's knocking on your door in a parking lot, and he won't go away. You got to figure out how to get him away.
smart, crafty, nifty.
You know, how to keep yourself clean, how to brush your teeth. You know, how to keep yourself clean when you're on your menstrual, you're living in your car, and you don't want to be in your car and you're hungry and you don't have that money and you're trying to save money to get into an apartment, but you don't make enough money at the job, and then the job then lays you off. This is just a pipe. This is just false hopes. So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 19 and verse I think it was Nahum, actually. Nahum chapter 3 and verse 19. This is for Babylon the Great. Okay, America, which you individuals are in America, and hey, America's not coming back. It says, there is no healing of thy bruise. Thy wound is grievous. All that hear the bruit of thee shall clap the hands over thee. For upon whom hath not thy wickedness passed continually? And this wickedness in America has touched all corners of the earth with Jewish philosophy. And we're in a time of its destruction. Simple as that. Alright, no healing. Alright, you have no lessening, no alleviation, no healing, right? You have it from the Hebrew, you have kahah, which kahah is like basic. If it says la'ah kahah, that means no cure, no healing. It's a weakening, all right, a dulling, a quenching. So this place has been pretty much shot out. Okay, it's like when you throw the water on the coals for the night. Hey, there's no more fire left in this on this stove. So that's that. Let's check some more.
And cool and funny. And it's gonna be so good. I just gotta make it through this part. Just checking in, I guess. I mean, I hope I don't.
I'm broke, I'm 18 years old, and I live in this small little vehicle. Today, we were finally able to get the front seat out. One of my coworkers at Jack in the Box ended up taking it out for me, and I'm so thankful because I could not do it on my own. And of course, I wanted to record for you guys the whole
Right, because she's the weaker vessel. So, like, even trying to move stuff around, you by yourself, like, a lot of stuff just not going to happen.
Of taking a whole seat out, but I was embarrassed to ask him if I could record him, and I also don't want anybody from work knowing that I do TikTok. Anyways, after taking the seat out of the vehicle, I cannot believe how spacious it looks. I know a Fiat is a very small vehicle, but
and a Fiat is a small Italian car. Okay, it's very small, smaller than a Mini Cooper.
It feels like a small RV, and taking out the seat just made my life way easier. I don't have to be hopping or jumping to the front seat to get things. I love it. I think I'm gonna get like small little cabinets from Walmart so I can organize my clothes. Somebody asked me where I park, and I do park outside a coworker's house. I give her $50. She allows me to use her electricity, but my car isn't running and I need something, so it's really hard.
Wow, so Even, hey, love many wax and cold. Hey, they even want $50. Hey, you want to park in front of my house? Pay $50. Okay, and you could use some electricity too. But wait till the electric costs come up. All right, so hey, we live in the end. This definitely is the end days and the end of all that you do see. So hey, let's just continue to progress and pray the Lord for the Lord's mercy. Shalom to the elect.